about 5, 7 years ago now. I just found out that my wife, we've since split up, that she was out having affairs on me while we were married. And I was getting ready for work one morning, going out to the roof. I had all my gear on. I needed something out of the end table, which was right beside the bed beside her. And then all of a sudden in my head just popped up, like, grab that hammer and smash in her head. I'm like sitting there, hand almost on the hammer, thinking about just about doing it. And it comes to me, it's like, well, who's gonna raise your daughter when you're gone? I'm like, well, I will. Well, no, your wife's dead and now you're in jail forever, so who's gonna raise her? I'm like, that's a good point. So then I decided, a better thing to do would just go to work, blow off the steam for the day, and then come back and deal with it with a level head again. And that's what I did, and I know that the Lord put that thought into my head, who's going to raise your daughter? And He kept me out of jail that day, because otherwise I wouldn't be here right now. I don't know where I would be. It wouldn't be good. So then about a week after all that had happened, I was living with my dad just because I needed a place to stay in, try and put my life back together. My grandfather, who wouldn't help any of his grandkids financially in any way, shape, or form. I went with my dad to his place and I asked him for some money for school. And he said, well, how much money do you need? And I was like, about $15,000 for the 2 courses. He just wrote me the check for the first one. He said, come back when the second course starts and I'll write you another check. So I know that the Lord put that into him to help me out in that way, because he wouldn't have done it normally. It was about 3-4 weeks ago. I was in Pastor Wayne's office talking about it and trying to find out about another baptism coming up. And we just sat down and I accepted him in then. And when I was doing so, I was talking about this root of anger that I felt growing in me. And at the time, I sort of thought I caught a glimpse of a third face in the office outside of the 2 pastors. But it was only for just a passing second. And then I could feel something behind me, like a hand on my shoulder. It was something that went from my kidneys all the way up to my shoulders, just this big white thing just come right out. I don't know, it's sort of been going on my whole life. There's been a lot of different situations where when I've looked back at them, they could have been so much worse. There's been times where it's if the Lord wasn't working behind the scenes, I wouldn't get what I've got. Like my culinary career and place to live. And I've been put into situations where normally I'd just get all angry and flustered and I just walk right through them, calm as can be. It doesn't even upset me anymore. So it's like a night and day difference. Anger's been the biggest issue that I've had. And I feel like I'm not drinking as much as I once did. I'm trying to cut down on the cigarettes, but it's a hard thing to let go. They're so addictive. But I feel I'm making progress in all these little areas. Whereas before, every time I'd try and slow down, I'm good for a week or a few days and I'm right back out where I was. The levels wouldn't really stop or drop. It's more just spinning my wheels, going nowhere. No, I feel like I have somebody to lean on now. Every day I try to dog every day, which is depend on God. And in the hard situations, I try to LOL, which is lean on the Lord. When I'm having a hard time, I'm like, oh Lord, give me strength to get through this situation. And every day I just try to depend on God to give me a good day and show me what to do, how to do it, where He wants me to be. The last time we had a baptism here at the church, I just felt this uncontrollable urge to get up and go in. I was wearing all my clothes and that, and I thought everybody might think it a little funny if I just stripped down to my underwear. So I decided I should wait for the next round. It was a really strong push, almost like someone was behind me, almost pushing me. I really wanted to answer the call at that time, but I wasn't sure everybody else would think. I don't want people, thinking, oh, this is weird, this guy's getting in his underwear. I'm just tired of walking through the world on my own. I always knew when the time was right that I'd eventually just fully give my life to God. Now I feel this is something I want to do so I can live and serve unto Him.